Good morning, YouTube man. Always George Page, aka the Emperor of Y'all About to Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we have another event for this for the end of this month. It is an event that's happening overseas in Spain, and this is the Bigman weekend. I like the name, Big Man. But and surprisingly enough, this show has women's bodybuilding, and it also has women's physique. And, the reason why I'm talking about this video because, I do try to give attention to female bodybuilding, and I'm giving a little attention to women's physique because, it's pretty much like an alternative to female bodybuilding. I'm, done quite a few interviews with women in the physique division, and I like to recognize them too as their commitments in this, their commitment to the sport of bodybuilding. So anyway, I looked at this, from the lineup. It's a small lineup. Smaller than the last show, which was in Romania. This time it's 6 competitors. I wanted to wait and see if there was any more to, add on to it, but no more competitors added on. Like it was the last time at the Romania, some women switched over from women's physique to women's bodybuilding. It was 4 competitors, you remember? And, with this show, it's pretty much about the same people. As you know, with restrictions with traveling and so few shows for women's bodybuilding overseas, it's opportunity for a lot of women to compete. And this also is a pro-am. Today, I think they're doing the amateur part of the show. The main part of the pro part is not till Saturday. As you know, Europe is Spain is like maybe I think 6-7 hours ahead of us in the United States on the East Coast. And, this is probably an opportunity for some up-and-comers to earn their pro cards. So I wish best of luck for the amateurs. Now, this is the list. As I said again, the list is a small list, but you will see some names that are familiar. Some of these women have competed in some other shows overseas, and also some have competed in some shows just recently, as you know, the Romanian Muscle Fest. At the top you have here is Nadia Caposaro. She is, as you know, she won the Romanian Muscle Fest, and she also this year this is her second Olympic qualifier. She won. She won the Puerto Rico Pro. She remember Nadia was originally in women's physique, and she made the switch, and then she earned her first Olympia qualification at the Puerto Rico. She got in the top 10 at the Olympia, and then she comes and competes at the Romania, and then she wins another qualification for next year's Olympia. Now here, this is one lady by the name of Ivana Davicava. If I got a name wrong, I am so sorry. She is originally from, I think, Czech Republic. And there's a great female bodybuilders coming from Czech Republic, such as Margita Zamalova, the late Elena Havani. I mean, just the Czech women have really always come in a big show. It's just amazing, these ladies that come from that part of the country. But, she also competed at the Romanian, but she took, I think, 7th at that show. But, maybe this show she might even place a little higher. Also, we have here is, Claudia Mocosera. I want to get her name right. I'm going to say Miss Claudia. She's from Italy, just like her fellow country is Nadia. Now, she also competed at the Romanian, and she was, I think she was originally competing in women's physique, but she made the jump, just like Ivana. So, and then she did, pretty well. I think she took 6th place at this show. So, at the Romania. So we'll see how she does this show. So, best of luck to her. Next up we have here is Sonia Cabrera Pasoro. She's from Spain. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend her by chopping her up a name. Now, what I know about her, not much. She just got her pro card, I think, about a couple of years ago, and I think she got it in women's physique. Now she's making the switch to women's bodybuilding, and she looks pretty impressive from the show. I mean, look, wow. I think she might have a good chance. Here we have one Miss Felicia. I'm going to say her first name, Felicia. Now, she competed at the Europa Championships, was it just a few months back. She gained her pro card about 2019. She looks a bit, look pretty good condition to show. I think she's a little bit older. One thing she needs to do is, like, if you compete, I know she probably needs the glasses, but wear contacts. I think that probably helps. It distracts from the rest of your physique. I remember, I saw a few bodybuilders who wore their glasses on stage, but it's not good look. You want to look, more, be more appealing. Wearing mom glasses on stage does not work for you. We had one with Felicia, uh, you know, sorry, Miss Felicia. We have one with Yacina Garcia Speck. And Miss Yacina, she originally was women's bodybuilding. Then made switch to physique. She competed a few shows. I know she done I remember I did a video where I think she did Portugal, and she also did the Europa show. And she didn't do too well in the show. She did the Romanian in women's physique, and she kind of was at the bottom, pretty much around the place, tied for 16th. I mean, she has a beautiful look to her, nice lines. I think, if she can breathe, one thing is she has to bring some size. I know physique is like women's bodybuilding, but it's still not women's bodybuilding per se. If she come in, maybe, it's been only barely a week since Romania, and, she hadn't made enough changes that time. I don't know. Like I said, this is going to be a small lineup. Probably she's going to take 6th place. Maybe she may make the top 3. That's a possibility. But I think she should take time off and maybe make some improvements and try 2023. I think best for her stick with physique. But she's a person body and she's a great look. I love women of melanin. And one person who I feel like is missing, excuse me a second. Ooh, that's life. Is Virginia Sanchez. This show is in Spain. That's her backyard. And I'm wondering why she's not there. She won the Romanian last year. She qualified for the Olympia, competed there. She made the top 10 in that show. I think she got number 7. And I'm surprised she's not doing this show. This is right in her backyard. This is a possibility of qualification for next year. There's a possibility that Virginia might be, ready to retire. I think she's been competing for quite a long time. She took some couple of years off before she came back for her last show. And there's a good chance she might want to sit out. I don't know. It's up to her. It's up to what she wants to do. Virginia's 50. You wouldn't believe it. She's 50. But, she's amazing. I've been a Virginia fan since she turned pro back in 2013. I think she has a look to her, beauty to her. I just love her physique. I follow her on social media. Just an amazing person. I'm just surprised she's not doing this show. Also, some person who I feel like is missing in action is Margina Zavalova. As you know, last year she was doing at least 2 or 3 shows, and and she did qualify by winning the Europa Championships. And she was at one point she was points leader for Olympic qualification, but then when she won the Europa Championship, that put her into the qualifications instantly. But my guess she might want to take a break off too. She's also from the Czech Republic. But maybe she's sitting this time out also. Also, I'm surprised not doing a show is Anastasia Kovalova. Kovalova, if I don't get anything wrong. She I remember I did a video where she was going to do, I think, the Portugal one point, or was it the Europa Championship, but she decided to drop out, focus on Romania. But, this barely been a week from the Romanian show. I think this show to jump on. Probably qualification on enough points. She took 4th place at the at the Romanian. But, maybe at this show, depending on how the judges like her size and her definition, if she comes in more, maybe she took the time to come in a little more tighter, she probably could maybe take 2nd place or even win. It's all depending on how the judges feel. This is supposed to be the big man show, so a big woman like that, I think this show should be. Also, the person who's missing is another Anastasia Levanova. Anastasia, she won the Portugal Pro this summer, but then visa issues block her for opportunity to compete at the Romanian. And I would think maybe she might want a shot at the Olympia by competing at this show. She has time off, to work out. The show is coming. Her husband, who some people say he's got a bit out there. I'm just wondering. Like I said, Spain, like I said, the Portugal and Spain's not that far from each other. She could do those shows, and this question is why she's not doing this show. This is a possibility for a qualification. It's just up there with some of these women. I know it's the cost of expensive traveling and everything else. It's, like I said, bodybuilding is a poor man's sport. And a lot of these women, sometimes it's financial reasons that hold them from doing the shows that they want to do. Now, this is the list for women's physique. And it is a decent list, I think, for women's physique. This is probably, I would say, almost like a small lineup. I think you have at least about, I would say, nearly about 13, 14 women. And, this is, usually physique division would have 20 so head about. But the fact is, with so many women competing, so many shows, they want to take a break, want to rest, this is a qualification also for the Olympia. So I'm just going to focus on the women that I recognize by name. And I saw them with the previous Romania. So I'm going to say like Ivana Oppa, if I got a name wrong, she's from Great Britain. She competed at the Romanian. She did all right. I think she made the top 5 of that show. Impressive, great physique. I think, she should maybe, if I was her, knowing what your physique and everything else, I think she should have switched over to women's bodybuilding. She probably been doing pretty good, Right here we have Jeanette Johansen, and she is from Sweden. She competed also at the Romanian Muscle Fest. I don't think she did as good as she wanted to, but, that's the thing is. Here's another lady. I think this is one name is Sophie Lyon, and she is from France, and she also was at the Romanian too. And she, I don't think she plays probably decent. She has a look. She's very attractive. I think very nice lean lines. But makes improvements. Maybe she made some improvements for the Romania. I mean, it's barely I would say, maybe a couple weeks since the Romania, but that's all we could do. And here's Anne Moon, and Anne Moon won the Romanian, and that earned her for another qualification for the Olympia. She has been to Olympia twice, several times since her career. And I think Anne has a look to her. I think she would be great in women's physique and women's bodybuilding. But I think the one thing is, I think she's with her how well she's doing in shows, her qualifications. I think she's not going to switch, but she has a great look to her. Here is one Miss Elena Oppa. Elena Oppa. I want to say her name right. She's from Hungary. Opera, I think she has some, very small waist, nice, definition. I mean, some of these, a lot of these ladies, I mean, in the physique division, like I said, have the aesthetics that will be pleasing for the division, especially in women's bodybuilding. They really need some superstars, some women who have a great look to them, but she's pretty good, Here we have is Aroka the Duca. It's just I'm gonna say double R here. And, double R. She is from Romania. She is she was originally. She competed in women's physique some time ago in the last Romanian Muscle Fest, and she competed at the European Championships. And as women and women's, she competed regionally in women's bodybuilding. She was physique, then did women's bodybuilding in Romania. That was last year. Didn't do too good in that. I think she probably, it wasn't that big of a lineup at that show. I think it was maybe close to 10 women, maybe 8. And I think she got number 8 or 7. I can't remember. But, she went back. Now she's went back to women's physique. And she's competing at the, at the Bigman show. So, I hope she does pretty good. I mean, she has a look to her. It's all depending on how the judges see and like. Now here we have is Miss Carolina, the Alvarez, or she is been competing for quite some time. She last year won the Romanian Muscle Fest, earned a qualification for the Olympia. Couldn't make it because of visa issues, and that's the thing. Ever since the pandemic hit, it really has messed up with a lot of people who have usually come here, travel, then boom, 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 and it's really put a lot of athletes out of contendership for some shows. And I follow her. I made a video about her while she was trying to get assistance for a visa. But this show, she took second at the Romania, and this is another show for opportunity for Olympia qualification. It's all depending on how she's going to look. If she comes in the best condition, Anne Moon, I think most definitely Anne's going to be the woman to beat. Most definitely. And, she has to really come in great condition. I think with Anne's height and her muscle development, it's tough to beat Anne Moon. So there's a good chance that I think, Carolina, is going to be, just going by points by this show. This is, it's just probably that's all the way she's gonna win the show. She's can get the qualifications by points. There's not so many shows that's where you can compete outside of the U.S. other than these shows in Europe, and then it's hard to do the U.S. shows if you have visa problems. So more likely she might do a show like maybe to Puerto Rico, if they do it in the Bahamas, because it's a lot easier for you to travel. I'm surprised she's not doing she might try to do the Toronto Pro, possibly. If she can go to Canada easily, then she can go to, Spain and Romania, then, that's a possibility. But best of luck to her. Like I said, the show's already started. They did check in yesterday because in Europe they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's American holiday, so they're doing everything is going as is planned. The amateur show is today. So I'm gonna leave the link. If you want a description, I should have this yesterday, but I had Halloween, I had things with Thanksgiving, and I just I said I just do it later. But anyway, the pro part of the show is on the 28th. So that's I think that's Sunday, yeah. And I think the amateur part is on the 27th. So check it out. Support sport of bodybuilding, whichever form come in, especially the women. They need all the support they can get compared to the male counterparts. As I call them, the hard legs, or AKA the banana hammocks. But I think might be a pretty good show. I mean, I most definitely know they're probably going to do a live stream. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can check it out, see how much it costs. It shouldn't cost too much. It might be reasonable, or I don't know. Anyway, this is me, George Page, a.k.a. the Emperor from About Me Talk. Don't subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.